and southern Kentucky's most dependable forecast from the Sky Alert Weather Center.
All right, good evening, everyone. A lot of severe weather beginning to pop up in portions of East Kentucky tonight. A whole slew of warnings to get out to you. We're going to show you our Sky Alert radar and show you some of those storms as we start to talk about who the warnings are in effect for. First things first, let me show you what's going on now. This line of showers and storms is beginning to really fire up across portions of East Kentucky. Has also fired off a few other isolated areas of precipitation. There's a severe thunderstorm warning that will be in effect for Breathitt County until 11:30. This large cluster of storms will be cruising through that area. It's going to be near the Keck around 10:40, Noctur around 10:45, Stevenson around 10:50, and Russo right around 10:55. This storm that we're looking at right here is capable of producing winds up to 70 miles an hour. And also, another big factor with this is the hail that's been reported all day long from many areas across East Kentucky, maybe nickel-sized hail. Another warning to talk about, Laurel County, and that goes until 11 o'clock. But we'll show you that cell, too, right there, beginning to cruise through southern portions of the county. And the reason that the folks over at the Weather Service decided to make this one a severe thunderstorm warning, it was indicated on radar, possibly producing some pretty decent-sized hail. Remember, all these storms are dangerous and producing a lot of lightning. So, again, remember, lightning is the #2 weather-related killer. So you want to stay in, stay off the phone, stay away from water inside your house. Don't be washing dishes or let the kid get in the bathtub right now at this time, because the plumbing is an excellent conductor of lightning. You got to remember that. A couple of other warnings. I mean, they're just endless here. Clay County and Leslie County until 11:15. I'll show you that one, too. Right there, beginning to cruise through southern portions of Clay County. Its trajectory is to move a little farther on off toward the northeast. Folks that are in the line of this storm include Moselle around 10:40, Asher around 10:45, and this one's got the same old story as the rest of them do. Capable of producing 70-mile-an-hour winds and dime-sized hail so far in the storms. Wolfe County and Lee County, you are part of this cluster of storms that's been causing a lot of problems in central portions of the state. Your warning has been extended until 11 o'clock tonight. Let's go in a little bit closer and show you what we've got in some of these areas, that large cluster of storms that move through Estill County. Now you see the pink, the indication of possibly some hail, and of course the gusty winds moving through Wolfe County, portions of Lee County there. That's why one warning is in effect for those folks. And again, I mentioned the folks in Breathitt County, they're going to see that storm move through. It's got a lot of energy with it, and it's going to continue its track off toward the east. Now we'll go a little closer to that storm in southern portions of Clay County. Doesn't look that impressive there, but got the capabilities of producing maybe winds up to 60, 70 miles an hour and nickel-sized hail. We'll have more, a complete wrap-up, or if there's any more warnings, we'll get them to you before 11 o'clock. We'll be back here on Mountain News Night Watch, so stay right there.
First, your local news.
Straight ahead, severe storms are moving across the area, and city council members in one town hear about a rat problem.
Plus, President Bush talks about the future of Iraq. Mountain News Night Watch is on the air.
Eastern and Southern Kentucky's #1 source for news. WYMT Mountain News Night Watch starts now.
Good evening, everyone. I'm Steve Hensley.
And I'm Stacy McLeod.
First on Night Watch, another round of severe weather.
Several counties are under warnings right now. Now, Jim Caldwell is tracking these storms. He joins us now early with our first look at weather. Jim?
All right, first, guys, let's get the warnings out to the folks out there. We'll go straight to the graphic. Here are the counties that are under some type of a warning. Now, some of these are set to expire at 11 o'clock. Laurel County being one of them. Beattyville, which, of course, is Lee County. Wolfe County, over there where you see the city of Campton. Those three are set to expire at 11 o'clock. We'll have more on that in a second, though. Jackson, Breathitt County, Manchester, Clay County, Hyden, over in Leslie County. 11:15 for Leslie and Clay, and 11:30 for the folks over in Breathitt County. Here is the reason why we're seeing all this activity. Showers and storms really started getting cranked up over the last little bit. Look at the storms that are moving through much of East Kentucky tonight. Large thunderstorms moving through Estill, Lee, Owsley County now. There you see that line bearing down on portions of Breathitt County, and you see why the severe thunderstorm warnings were issued. There was reports of nickel-sized hail. They got some quarter-sized hail reported from over near the city of Jackson, and trees down. This was called in by Ed Jude near Route 476. And one last look at the radar. We'll show you another angle down near the southern Kentucky area near Laurel County. You see that storm moving through, and southern portions of Clay County now crossing the Leslie County line. We'll get you up to date as soon as more information becomes available in your complete mountain forecast coming up. And if there's anything more, we'll be right back out here with it. Back to you guys.
All right, Jim, thank you very much.
All right, we've got a lot to talk about. We'll jump right into it. Severe storms are popping up all across the region again tonight. Some counties seeing their second warning of the day. Now, here's what we've got on the Sky Alert radar. First, we'll start out with the whole view of East Kentucky. Take you back 6 hours and bring you up to current conditions where you see a nice little line. That's almost a line of showers and storms forming in portions of Kentucky tonight. A severe thunderstorm warning is now in effect for McGoffin and parts of Knott County, and you can see why. Look at this heavy, heavy rain, a lot of lightning. Reports of possibly some hail indicated on Doppler radar. More storms off to our south. You see one cruising through portions of Leslie County. Severe thunderstorm warning beginning to still in effect for those folks in the Leslie County, Clay County side. It has begun to expire. Now, let's go a little bit closer and show you who's got the warnings. Salyersville, McGoffin County, that goes until midnight. Knott County, you folks will go into midnight as well. You've got Jackson, which is Breathitt County, until 11:30, and this one just expired, and of course Leslie County still seeing the heaviest round of it. So now let's go a little bit closer with our Sky Alert radar. We'll show you that heavy precipitation moving through portions of Lee and Owsley County earlier, now tracking into portions of Breathitt County. That's why they're under the warning. You see that storm's planted right on top of them. We'll go out to our southwest and show you what's going on out there. Laurel County had a storm move through their area a little bit earlier. This is not severe. It's lost its severe capabilities. One cruising through Leslie County, still severe. Warning lasting just probably a few more minutes. Of course, I'll update that here in just a little bit. Let's go to the Big Sandy and show you what we've got for the folks over in McGoffin County. You can see the storm beginning to really poke its little nasty head into the western portions of that county, and another line forming in southern portions of McGoffin County, near the Royalton area there, and see more heavy rain in portions of Floyd County. All right, let's talk about something else for a second. Temperatures out there, 62 degrees in Jackson, 68 degrees currently in London, 66 in Covington, and 72 degrees there in Huntington. Our official high today, 82 degrees, low 68. Sunrise at 6:17, sunset at 8:44. Now, tomorrow we could see more rounds of severe weather possibly. Now, we're seeing a lot of it tonight. Storm Prediction Center says we're under a slight chance tomorrow to see more severe weather across the Commonwealth. And again on Wednesday, 2 days in a row. Actually, it would be 3 days, but 2 more days into the forecast area that we can at least say the possibility of some severe weather does exist. Here's the reason why. Look at what's coming down the pike. Got showers and storms moving through portions of northern Missouri. Tornado watches out. We mentioned earlier in the news a lot of heavy rain. Already with these systems that have been rolling through the Midwest and plains off to our north for the last week or so, we have dodged bullet after bullet after bullet. But tonight we're seeing our fair share of it. A cold front's actually bearing down on the state right now, igniting some of these storms. Now again, if you start to see that lightning, you want to try to possibly get off the phone, get away from your windows, and do not be outside in this situation. If it starts to hail, stay inside. The winds start to get a little gusty. If you've got a basement, try to go down there just for a safety precaution, because you never know when one of these storms is going to go severe or go a little bit worse and become tornadic. So again, you want to try to stay inside. Keep your eyes on the sky. Watch WYMT. If you've got a weather radio, that would be handy as well. That'll keep you up to date as well. If you lose your power, you've got a weather radio that activates on batteries, and there you go. You're covered as far as that's concerned. Always a handy little tool to have. Ours has been going off all night long with the sirens on it. All right, here's what's going to shake loose on the surface. Cold front bears down on the state tonight. It's going to continue to move on off toward the east. We watch a system blow back to the north, an area of low pressure causing the problems in the Midwest. This front begins to ignite some showers and storms possibly for us tomorrow. Maybe some more severe weather. All right, let's take a look at our official forecast tonight. 65 degrees, showers and storms and patchy fog could be out there as well. Tomorrow, showers and storms likely, and it says PM, but it's going to be a more organized system that we've been seeing when we associate it with PM. Showers and storms are likely almost every single day, and it gets a little more choppy there next week. Let's see our mountain calendar. It's brought to you by Honda of Prestonsburg, only for those who love adventure, and the Faith Independent Free Will Baptist Church. They're going to have revival starting on May 29th, and it'll end whenever they want it to, apparently. But if there's any more weather, we're going to be right here with you, keeping you up to date all night long.
All right, Jim, thank you very much. And Jim, sounds like the severe weather is continuing.
It's going to continue. We got a couple of warnings out for McGoffin County until 12 o'clock, Knott County until 12 o'clock, and Floyd County, the newest one, until 12:30. So maybe some hail, gusty winds, so be careful if you're going to be out there tonight, and stay in. Stay in tonight.
No warning for Perry County, but we can hear the rain coming down
And and you can see it there on the radar.
Yeah.
It is coming down. Yeah.
All right, we'll keep you updated as long as it's necessary. Thank you for joining us tonight. Letterman's on the way next. We'll see you back here tomorrow. Good night, everyone.
Good night.
From the Sky Alert Weather Center.
Good evening, everyone. I'm Jim Caldwell on the Sky Alert Weather Center. Severe weather continuing here tonight. A tornado warning just issued for the folks over in Floyd County. A massive line of storms got developed, and you see the storm moving through portions of Floyd County. This is the storm that has sparked a tornado warning for those folks. Now, there's severe thunderstorm warning still in effect for some other folks out there, but let's go over the highlights with this particular storm. When the tornado warning is issued, that means one has either been detected on Doppler radar or some type of a trained spotter has I've actually seen one out there on the ground, maybe a funnel cloud of some sort. And what you need to do, if you live in a two-story house, get to the bottom floor, get to the innermost room that you have. If you've got a basement, that is an ideal place to be, is in your basement for protection. The tornado warning, again, I'm going to repeat the headline, tornado warning in effect for the folks over in portions of Floyd County. You want to try to get to your basement. You want to try to be in the innermost room, the hallway. The point is, you want to put yourself farther away from the outside world so that if possibly some debris were to be flying through the air, that you'll have a little better of a chance to possibly miss it as it goes through a couple of walls. That's just one reason. You want to try to get possibly in a closet in that area, get you some pillows, some blankets, all kinds of things like that, and cover yourself. A mobile home is not a safe place to be. If you can get somewhere that's close, maybe a neighbor that's just just the next yard over, go to that place and sturdy shelter out there. You don't want to drive in this. Again, repeating the headline, tornado warning for the folks over in Floyd County. Let's go a little bit closer with our Sky Alert radar. We're waiting on some details on this system right now. That's what we're waiting on. Here's the Sky Alert radar, Floyd County. You see the massive storm that has been cruising through that area. Now cruising the southern portions of Floyd County where they've issued a tornado warning. That lasts, it's an undetermined amount of time at this point. Where, like I said, we're waiting on the official information, trying to get out here and tell you that there is a tornado warning in effect in Floyd County, and we're going to get more information. I'm going to be back on here in just a second. Hi-Hat, near the Hi-Hat area. We're getting some information here. It's near the Hi-Hat area, tornado warning. So that's in southern portions of Floyd County. And now they're bringing more information on down the hall, and as they do that, we'll get it to you here. Warning until 12:30, and specifically for the area in Hi-Hat here, which is, like I said, in southern portions of Floyd County. This storm is capable of producing a tornado. Is either detected by Doppler radar or by a trained weather spotter. And let's see, tornado near Buckingham. That's 13 miles east of Hindman. 13 miles east of Hindman. And again, repeating the headline, tornado warning for the folks over in Floyd County. I'm going to regroup, get some more information. I'll be back out here in about 5 minutes. So stay right there.
Now, eastern and southern Kentucky's most dependable forecast from the Sky Alert Weather Center.
Good evening from the Sky Alert Weather Center. I'm Jim Caldwell in with a tornado warning for the folks over in Floyd County. Now, here's what we've got. Got some of the official information here. Tornado warning lasting until 12:30. That's, let's see, probably about 25, 26 minutes or so. Here's what we're looking at. It's near the Ligon area over in Floyd County. Let me show you that. You see our large cluster there of storms. See that pink, intense lightning, intense, possibly a tornado. Doppler radar indicated a little spin in the atmosphere. What we want to remind you to do is possibly get to the lowest level of your home. If you've got a basement, that's where you want to be. If you, let's say, got a two-story house, get to the bottom floor. If you live in a mobile home, it is not a safe place to be. It's not a safe place to be at all, especially if you are over in the areas of Ligon, near Hi-Hat, Buckingham, over in that area as well. It's detected 13 miles east of Hindman, moving at 25 miles an hour toward the east. You want to get to the innermost room of your home. And what I mean by that, well, you've got walls all around. You want to stay right down the middle of it. If you don't have a basement by chance, you want to put yourself in a safe place with blankets and pillows all around your body. So that's what you need to do. That's the precautions you need to take. Tornadoes are very, very dangerous storms, and you see it there indicated in the pink, moving near the area there in Floyd County and near portions of Knox County. But the tornado was detected over in portions of Floyd County on Doppler radar. We're going to expand our view a little bit here and show you what we've got going on all across East Kentucky tonight. You can see heavy cluster storms moving through that area. And you see that pink there moving across portions of southern Floyd County. Tornado warning again. Repeating that headline, this is a very, very unusual thing for the folks here in Eastern Kentucky. Our number one concern, weather-related, is usually flash flooding. Tonight, we have a tornado warning, and when you hear the word warning, what that means, folks, is simply that a life-threatening situation could very well be existing just down the road from you. The warning means it's either been indicated on Doppler radar or someone has spotted it. In this case, it was indicated on Doppler radar, and that's why the folks over the National Weather Service in Jackson did issue this tornado warning. It just kind of blew up all of a sudden. Again, if you live in a mobile home, it's not a safe place to be. If you want to get to the lowest level of your home, let's say if you've got a one-story house, you're fine. Go into the innermost room of your house, maybe a closet in the hallway, or maybe a bathroom there, and cover yourself with pillows and blankets. If you are in the line of this horrific storm that could be brewing out there. It was near High Hat, near the Ligon area, and those folks are in the path of this storm in southern portions of Floyd County. Again, tornado warning for that area and the southwest corner there, just in the southern portions of Floyd County. This storm is moving toward the east at around 25 to 30 miles an hour. Could be losing some strength here in the next little bit. When we get our next update here in just a second, we'll find out more and have a little bit more information on this storm system. Right now, there's a severe thunderstorm warning in effect for, let's see, it's Pike County. Let's see how long that one's going to last. It's going to last until about 1:30 a.m. I'm going to have some more information on that right now. The folks are bringing it out to me. And Sky Alert, always, you see that Sky Alert right on top of it. The wonderful system we have there. Severe thunderstorm is going to be near Virgie around 12:20, Shelbyana around 12:30, Garden Village at 12:35, and Rock House around 12:40, and Marrowbone around 12:45 a.m. This storm is capable of producing right around 70-mile-an-hour winds. Unbelievable. A lot of storms out there tonight. And again, the big headline, the tornado warning for the folks over in southwestern portions of Floyd County. Again, if you're in the path of either one of these storms, take caution right now. Maybe get in your basement, get somewhere to a safe place. That's the main thing. We want to try to keep you safe here tonight. I'm going to have some more information here in just a few minutes on the storm over in Pike County. We're making some phone calls. We're going to find out what's going on in southwestern portions of Floyd County tonight as well, and we'll be back here in just a few minutes. Stay right there.
Good evening, everyone. I'm Steve Hensley along with Jim Caldwell. We continue to monitor the severe weather threat in eastern Kentucky this evening. We've already had one tornado warning in Floyd County. It continues. Also, we're just getting word of a possible funnel cloud earlier this evening in Laurel County that has caused some damage. No confirmation that a tornado touched down, but we're also getting damage reports from several other counties. They're starting to come in rather quickly now. But first, before we get to those damage reports, we want to go over to Jim Caldwell, who has the latest warnings right now. Jim?
All right, Steve, there is a tornado warning still in effect for the folks in southern portions of Floyd County. I'm going to read you the latest information here on it as issued from the National Weather Service in Jackson. And apparently it is moving toward the east at 15 miles an hour. It slowed down just a little bit. When we first reported, it was moving about 25 miles an hour. It's down to 15. Now, what we're looking at is this area right here. You see all the indications of some of the darker colors. Now, when we were out here in our last cut-in, it was very, very pink, an indication of more intense formation. And at this time, it has weakened a little bit, but the possibility for it to reform is still there. And the possibility of a lot of lightning, very, very gusty winds still exist for the folks in southern portions of Floyd County and the folks over in Pike County. As a matter of fact, a severe thunderstorm warning is in effect until 1:30 in the morning for those folks. Now, this storm is going to be near the folks in Shelbyana around 12:30, which we're about 10 minutes away from. Garden Village around 12:35, Rock House around 12:40, and Marrowbone around 12:45. The storm's path, as I said, is more south and east than it is directly toward the east. It's going to continue to track on off toward the southeast and move into southern portions of Pike County as well. Now, as I said, now the Weather Service, they issued a little tagline here that says the possibility of this storm reforming does exist here. The rotation was detected near the High Hat area earlier on this evening, and again, it has weakened considerably, but the possibility of maybe the tornadic activity reforming does exist. And now Steve's going to tell you a little bit about some damage and some things. And there was a severe thunderstorm warning issued with folks over in Laurel County earlier, possibly around the time somebody may have spotted that funnel cloud. Let's jump over there to Steve.
Thank you very much, Jim. A couple of different reports out of Laurel County tonight. The first one came at 10:12, reported by dispatch, a funnel cloud reported near I-75 in London. Then at 10:24, another funnel cloud reported, that from Sublimity City, that also reported by dispatch. Trees and power lines are reported down in that area. Going over some other damage reports just received here from the National Weather Service. Over near Beattyville in Lee County, power lines reported down. In Jackson, 1 mile north of Jackson in Breathitt County, large hail was reported near the community of Wolverine. And that's basically all we have right now. We're making calls to the Floyd and Knott County areas right now to see if they've heard of any damage. None so far. We have a severe thunderstorm warning that's in effect for our neighbors over in Norton and Wise, Virginia, until 1 a.m. That just in to Mountain News. We're going to check in with Jim again in just a moment. But to repeat, we're starting to get damage reports in from all over eastern Kentucky. Lots of trees and power lines down in different counties. Unconfirmed reports in a couple of areas of funnel cloud sightings. Let's go back over to Jim now for the latest. Jim.
All right, now, Steve, they just mentioned the severe storms beginning to form in portions of Virginia. Take a look at them there. You see indication of some light pink here or there. That's just an indication of possibly some hail and, of course, some gusty winds out there developing. But the main focus of our attention tonight is in southern portions of Floyd County. You can see where the storm's at now, or the core of that storm that sparked the tornado warning a little bit earlier, now tracking ever so closely to the Floyd-Pike County line. It's going to continue to move off toward the southeast. Last report around 15 miles an hour. Again, potentially a dangerous situation out there. If you are caught in the path of this storm, you want to get to a basement. If you don't have a basement, you want to be in the innermost room of your home. All that means, as I've mentioned all night long, is the farthest away from the outside world. Possibly most of us have a hallway right down the middle of our homes, and maybe a closet here or a closet there on either side of it. Doesn't matter. Get inside one of those closets, wrap yourself up with some blankets, some pillows, anything you can to protect yourself from maybe some debris falling on you or something even out of the closet. You want to try to protect yourself. Have like a shell put over your body. If you live in a mobile home, it's not a safe place to be in this type of weather situation. If you can get to your neighbor's house as fast as you can, just 1 yard over, that's what you want to try to do if they live in a sturdy home. Possibility of a large hail still exists out here in some of these storms. Very gusty winds, 70 mile an hour, as a matter of fact, is what some of the reports we were getting out from Doppler radar. And again, tornado warning in effect for the folks over in Floyd County, and that lasts until right around 12:30. Severe thunderstorm warning for Pike County until 1:30. We'll get you up to date. We're going to go back over to Steve one last time, and we'll get you up to date on this weather situation. Steve?
Jim, thank you very much. And there is one bit of good news in all this. We've so far had no reports of injuries from any of these storms tonight. But again, we're just starting to get damage reports, especially from the western part of our viewing area that dealt with these storms a couple of hours ago. I assume we'll probably get more damage reports in from places like Floyd and Pike counties as we go through the evening. But again, trees and power lines, a common occurrence, it seems like, throughout several counties in eastern Kentucky. We have something just in now, I understand. Let's go back over to Jim.
All right, it's a very, very active night out there. Severe thunderstorm warning until 1:15 for the folks over in Letcher County. You can see the large complex of storms just moving all across East Kentucky tonight like a snake as it snakes through the mountains here. Southern portions of Floyd County, that's where we're talking about the tornadic activity indicated on Doppler radar. This storm cruising through those portions in the northeastern portions of Letcher County and southwestern portions of Pike County. A lot of directions there because the storm is now covering so many counties, such a wide area. And again, possibility of 70-mile-an-hour winds coming out of the storm over in Letcher County. Probably same type situation that we're seeing over and over again. Very heavy rains, possibility maybe some minor flooding could exist because the storms are producing such heavy rain in such a short amount of time. You could see the creeks and streams rise at a very, very rapid rate. Well, let's go over the weather headlines real quick here. Severe thunderstorm warning in effect for the folks over in Pike County until 1:30 because this complex of storms is moving into that general area. Let's go a little closer with our Sky Alert radar. Let me show you what's going on. You can see it's beginning to really bear down on the folks over in Pike County. All right, we've got a severe thunderstorm warning in effect now for the folks over in Letcher County until 1:15 a.m. And, of course, the tornado warning for the folks in southern portions of Floyd County. That's really where we're going to focus most of the attention to, because you can see in northern portions of the county near Prestonsburg, let's say, you're just seeing rain at this point. Now, we'll get you up to date, and with more information, we'll stay here all night if we have to. Let's jump over to Steve one last time, and we'll get you up to date a little bit later.
Jim, thank you very much. Here are the news headlines. Several reports of large hail, trees, and power lines down in several counties across eastern Kentucky. 2 reports coming out of Laurel County earlier, unconfirmed reports of funnel clouds, no confirmed reports of any touchdowns. There was a tornado warning. The latest one, the only tornado warning of the night, came in Floyd County. No reports of any tornado touchdowns or even funnel cloud sightings in Floyd County. That tornado was spotted on radar. Again, damage so far seems to be mainly limited to power, trees, and power lines down. But the good news is no reports of injuries so far after this night of severe weather in eastern Kentucky. Stay tuned to WYMT. We'll be back on the air as necessary throughout the night. Now back to Letterman.